Hello and welcome back to my nail corner. Today is all about Mani Boss. This is the fall collection dropping today, so that's Saturday, September 4th at 12 o'clock Central Time. So here in Washington, that is Pacific Time, 10 a.m. So make sure you check those out. I was even drawn to the greens and the pumpkin colors, which aren't usually my jam. So I think that just tells you how amazing they are if you're drawn to colors that aren't usually your thing, or that you don't think would look good on you, but you're pushed to try them because they're just so gorgeous. So I am going to get into a mani today. I wanted to do all this Mani Boss celebration because today is also the 1-year anniversary of Mani Boss's launch. What an amazing brand Megan has built, and it's just been such an honor to be any part of spreading that around, showing you guys her brand and her products. And as part of that, I have been holding on to 2 dips that I grabbed extras of this summer. Is it this summer? Maybe spring? And I held on to them to do a giveaway for you guys, and this seemed like the perfect time. So Cherry Blossom and Bella, I have a set of those to give away. Check out the description box for details on that giveaway, and make sure you enter. And that being said, I have a couple more giveaways coming up because I have been severely slacking. I passed 4,000 subscribers on YouTube quite a while ago. We're at 4,500 and something now, and I never got around to doing my 4K giveaway. So you're gonna luck out and get a couple of giveaways here. I have 2 or 3 manis coming up, probably one next week and one the following week, and I have giveaways planned for both of those videos, so stay tuned. But anyway, like I said, this one is all about Mani Boss. She has such a great lineup of colors, glitters, super unique colors, great liquids, which I'm using. And if you had an eagle eye, like one of my subscribers last week, she said, "Why are you using Dip Top Coat as your base?" And that was a good catch because I showed it on camera intentionally and then I forgot to mention it. So if you've been with me for a while, hi, and thank you for being here. And if you're new, please consider subscribing because that helps me out. I am mostly using gel top coat these days to finish off my mani. So that leaves me running out of base, but not really using up my dip top coat. Well, dip top coat is really quite interchangeable as base, and that's what you're seeing me do here. I ran low on my dip base, and I usually have a backup set of liquids, and I do actually have a backup full set of Mani Boss liquids, but I was like, I'm just not going to use up this dip top coat. Why would I leave it sitting here when I can use it as base? So if you're ever in a pinch, you run out of base or you contaminate a dip base and you want to do your nails, just know that you can use dip top coat as base. It's my understanding that they're pretty much the same ingredients, but maybe a slightly different I don't know what to use, the quantity of those ingredients. So I think it's like dip top can be used as base, but your base as top coat might not turn out as glossy because the formulation is maybe slightly different. I don't know the facts on that. I'm not a chemist and I've never talked to a manufacturer of dip liquids, but that's my understanding. So you could use your top as base, but base might not work as well as top coat. You could surely give it a try in a pinch, but also know if your dip top coat goes bad and maybe you don't have gels or a lamp or anything like that, you could just buff that smooth and call it a matte mani until you can get dip top coat on hand. So you've got options. So keep that in mind if you're ever in a pinch. So I'm going to go ahead and do a second dip of this. Now I'm going to talk about it. This is Clean Slate, and this is one of the new release colors for the fall. It's a gorgeous, medium blue gray. So I love it. I love it so, so much. It's on my nails right now. I've been wearing it for several days now, and I've been meaning to give the shout out for this mani. It is a complete copycat of Brooke. So if you guys are not on Instagram, you need to hop over on Instagram and follow Brooklyn Blush Co. on Instagram. I will tag her down in the description box and link her Instagram. She put this beautiful mani up this last week, and I was like, can I please copy this? Can I please, because it was so my jam. And she was like, go for it, kill it, rock it, and that's what I did. So I am loving this mani. She created a beautiful look, and I was really happy to steal her inspiration and wear it on my own hand. So I'm going to go ahead and get in my second dip of clean slate, and then I'm going to get into those, I guess you would call them accent nails. So I'll pop back in a minute and talk to you about the glitter and these accent nails. Okay, so I went ahead and clear capped those solid nails and activated them, and that is going to keep them from getting any glitter contamination. Somehow, most of the time I manage to get a glitter in my solid nails no matter what, but this is the best way I know to prevent that from happening. So I put a clear dip on those nails. I'm not 100% sure why I decided to do that. It's not really my MO, but I'm going to go ahead now and do a glitter ombre on those tips. So I have this Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush from Amazon. It's in my storefront below if you need one. They're like under $1 and I have a handful of them. They are fantastic for an ombre. Solids, glitters, whatever floats your boat, they're my fave and they last forever. So I am just dipping that right into the glitter and then tapping it onto the tip of the nail. And you can, like, this is up to your preference, how much of the nail you want to cover, how light or heavy handed you want to be with your glitters, just whatever you like. There's no perfect science to this. This is how I like it. So just be careful when you are tapping the excess glitter off. If you don't want that to run, down the clear part of the nail, then make sure you tap your finger kind of pointed down. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know why I didn't tap it off. I generally would, but I think I'm just kind of trying to let that glitter sink into the base, which is actually top coat, but you know what I mean, the liquid on my nails. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that onto my index finger as well. And then because you don't want like this glitter on the tip and then nothing on the other portion of your nail, because then you're going to have like an uneven surface, you do want to put clear or if you have like a really light sheer pink or whatever you want on that other portion of the nail, you do want to put dip on that just to keep the surface kind of, like I said, evened out a bit. Glitter is always going to be like a little bit more chunky or a little bit thicker than like a clear dip or whatever, but this is going to help a lot. So I like to take a little scoop and pour it over, just tap it onto that other portion of the nail. You could use a brush too if you have one that's like perfectly clean, because if you're using clear, really anything is going to show up if it's left over in that brush. But you want to do this because you don't want to dip into your clear jar with glitter that's loose on your nail. Additionally, you don't want to shake that like kind of over top of your clear. So try to keep your clear as clear as possible. Mine certainly gets contaminated. For a while, I was really good about keeping 2 separate clears, one for glitters and one for solids. And then they just slowly kind of got mixed up. So be as careful as you can. If it matters to you that you don't get glitter in your clear or whatever, if you really don't care if there's an extra speck of glitter somewhere, then but dip to your heart's content, whatever floats your boat. So I am just cleaning up around the edges of that cuticle line. That is my precision tool from Triple D. I will link that in the description box below. I highly recommend a precision tool or a toothpick or an orange wood stick or whatever you can get to just clean up around that cuticle line. It is going to help your like filing process and just like a clean line around that cuticle edge, which we all desire when we're doing our nails. That is going to help it exponentially. I swear I did my nails for like 2 years before it became a thing to use a toothpick, and whoever came up with that for the first time, I wish it was me, but it wasn't. They are my hero because it's a game changer when you're doing your nails, especially new dip users who aren't, like, I wasn't very precise with my dip base initially. I was like probably a sloppy nail polish applicator, and I was like, it's okay because it'll just wash off after the first day and then my nails will chip and then I'll be starting all over. But with dip base, that's not the same thing. You get dip on your skin, it's a lot harder to clean off. So definitely use some kind of tool around your cuticle line to keep that as clean as possible, and then just clean it up when you're filing. So I am applying base all over the nail and then using an orange wood stick, tapping it in the base to make it a little bit sticky, and then picking up a few of those extra chunky glitters. So in general, when you're using one of those like eyeshadow brushes to apply your glitter, it tends to pick up the finer glitters more easily and leave behind the chunky ones kind of in the cupcake liner or jar, wherever you're pulling it from. So if your heart desires, you can place some individual glitters. These are such cute glitters. They're like iridescent. You can see them in the cupcake liner there. I just think they're so pretty. And when they catch the light, they're like a pink reflection. They're super subtle, and then they catch that light, and oh, so pretty. So I'm just placing a few extra ones on each finger, and then I'm going to clear cap, activate, file and buff off camera, and then I will be back with you guys for some final thoughts.
All right, so now I have filed and buffed. These just took a little bit of cleanup, just like a quick file around the edges to clean up my shape and a quick buff over the top. Really nice, smooth application when you have good liquids and good powders, and Maniboss sure as heck has both of those. So I am going in with the Maniboss 2-in-1 HEMA-free gel base and top coat. Boy, is that a mouthful, but all of those things are important. So I am going in with this as my top coat, and I've talked about this in the past, so if you've been here a minute, you've heard me say it, but I want to talk about this a little bit. So this is a 2-in-1 top or base and top coat. Well, if you know my dip application, I dip, and then when I do a gel top coat doesn't like to adhere super well to a smooth surface. So if you have a gel top coat and you put it on there and cure it for 60 seconds and call it done, in my experience, I almost always have that gel top coat peel up in a day or two. It's just the way it acts. So I put down gel base first, cure it for 30 seconds, and then go in with gel top and cure it for 60 seconds. And that prevents that peeling from happening for me, because gel base is going to adhere a lot better, and then it gives that tacky surface for your gel top coat to stick to. So my curiosity was gel base is base and top in one. I'm jabbering. This gel 2-in-1 is base and top, but when I applied just one coat of it, I still had peeling happen. So I thought, what if I apply it once, cure it for 30 seconds, and then go in with a second coat and cure it for 60 seconds. Basically treat it like a base and a top coat, and then see what happens. So that's what I did here. Do you guys see that tiny little glitter on my thumb? Oh my gosh, they get in no matter what, I swear to you. Anyway, I treated it like a separate base and top coat. So this is my base layer. I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds and then come back and do a second layer and cure that for 60 seconds. And let me tell you guys, I am several days out on this mani, and I know that doesn't sound long to you, but sure as anything, if I had just done one layer, I always see peeling. My hands are in baths with the kids and dishes all day long. It would have peeled. This did not peel up. So I'm excited to say, if you put down your first layer, cure it for 30 seconds, put down a second layer, cure it for 60 seconds, I'm confident that it'll stay put. So I don't know if any of you guys have that peeling issue with a 2-in-1. I highly recommend doing just that, treating it as two separate gels, base and top, and then that will cure your peeling issue. So I was really excited about that. Some people are into using like a protein bond or ultra bond or whatever under the gel top coat, and that cures it for them. For me personally, I still have peeling even if I use a gel bond and then just top coat. So for me, I have to use a base and top first. So I hope that that helps you if you're somebody that like wants that gorgeous shine from a gel top coat but has that peeling problem. It would ruin it for me. So there is the finished look. I am just in love with this mani. So Clean Slate and Icebreaker is the glitter. Gorgeous colors releasing today, so make sure you're over shopping. This is my Candi Skincare Royal Treatment and Royal Butter, both sold only at Maniboss.
These smell like Skittles, you guys. My son was standing next to me when I did this, and I was like, oh, this smells so good. What do you think it smells like? And I've heard people say like Fruit Loops, and he agreed with me. That's me moving my hand so he can sniff it. And we both agreed Skittles. So good. So make sure you grab your cuticle oil and your royal butter, because that stuff is so hydrating. I rub it all over my hands, my heels, my knees, my elbows. It's so hydrating. And then when you're shopping, also enter the giveaway below for these two. Sorry. But my right hand mani is the olive green that's releasing as well. It's called Olive You So Much. And that glitter is Ivy League, and the black is Magic Dust. So enjoy your shopping and celebrate 1 year of Mani Boss. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.